The room was suddenly felt hot. It was more warm than he liked. It was as if he had suddenly been transported to the Sahara Desert. Opened his eyes as bed of the sweat trickling from his back of his neck. What the hell? Who on the earth covered him with the great evil? Who is there? Right mind would mess with him. Right, only she has the guts. Waking up, exhausted, he spread his arm just to find empty space beside him. Where is she? He removed the debut as the heat was getting on him. What the hell, he muttered under his breath as he saw her staring his laptop screen and watching something with a full concentration at this unearthly hour. He rolled his eyes as it was always the wrong thing that catch her attention. It was hard to believe that lame Gon Young was his competition. What are you doing? He spoke in a half-sleep voice. She served him as continued to listen. Surgeon description of Yuna. What he almost said out of the habit, but on the realizing it hadn't done any good. So far, he shook his head and walked toward her. You need to fix your messed up sleeping pattern. The annoying voice of her husband interrupted her again when she was messed with the singing beauty coming from a guy whose life a mess. Less with the sarcasm, she said, clicking the pause button, removing her headphone while she raised her eyebrow at him. How dare you? He took another step toward her. I just did, she said, letting out a chuckle at her husband deferred. That was just around the corner. Well, my life was beautiful until you popped in. He raised his eyebrow, now fully awake. I wasn't the one begging you to marry me, she spoke, looking at her freshly painted nail while putting her leg on the other in pride. Like I would beg you out of all the people to marry me, he said, looking at his side in disbelief, rolling his eyes. While did she think of herself? He sat on the edge of the bed. Clearly no one was going to sleep anytime soon. What a loser trying to save the lost game. Her husband was far more entertaining than K-movie at times. Well, in the case, I won't take a minute to call him to give him the good news. If there was one thing Wine loved, it was the mob threatening her husband. It gave her a sheer pleasure. This was old strategy. She would always tell her beloved husband about her imaginary childhood friend who had a crush on her. So any attitude from the young side would simply result in their happily ever after, which would be the happy for him. And you keep trying to live in this mumbo jumbo of your call life. It's called discipline of your kind information. You mean a life of talking robot who is countless technical difficulties, or she did not. Making fun of her husband was her favorite activity. The image of him fuming with the warmth. Only she had the honor to mess with him. Unbelievable, like always, he replied with the limited vocabulary. Even my 2-year-old nephew has a bigger vocab, she said, putting up popcorn in her mouth, pride display on her face. Obviously, He has to, after all. He is the mini chatterbox of his motor mouth. Take that, darling wife. Just go to sleep. I know your brain doesn't work and unhealthy are no need to prove it, she said, rolling her eyes while adjusting her position on the couch. I cursed the day I married you, he said. Yes, said he always wanted to try to not mean it, but just to see her reaction, and I just cannot contain the excitement she could less. She was having too much fun right now, even if he meant what said who cared, he would be one apologize on. She started crying. Oh yes, those tears were always handy. I mean, how many girls to get marry a guy who should have been in a museum, adding another layer of sarcasm, Kenny with a serious expression on. She was on roll today. He tried to protest but failed as usual. I know that you are just too happy to express, she said while putting her hand on his shoulder. Oh damn, this is more fun than watching movie. I know. Just let it go, she blustered, innocent smile. Oh, that face of her, that evil face. Why engage that again? Silenced by the mad woman, also known as his wife. I know. How many times you have to tell me I get you? You feel very lucky to have me. She said in a mock innocence, and those puppy eyes no longer fooled him. Wine, go to sleep. You know that never worked, saying. She felt fit of laughter. He may be Taehyung of the world, but her, he has the sweet little, no big comfy beer that she would mess around him, giving him chance. Silently he loved it too. She did it. He covered his face under the debate in frustration. He has vanished as soon as the beer and smiled lightly to his wife and teased and her midnight madness. The morning sun rays flashes through the French door, reflecting off the water, illuminating the room, outing his sharp features, shining through the water drops. They were running down his hair aimlessly. He smiled at her sleeping figure as he rubbed the white towel against his hair and applied the somewhere enough moisturizer. Today was the day he waited for the week long. No meeting, no deals, no plaster smile, no yelling at PS, no layered form suit, no strong colorings. He dressed up in casual, a light grey hoodie with a string falling around his neck, paired with the black trousers, few speck of icy blood spray. While all week long he was working machine, throwing his order to significant contract. Today he was ordinary man who just spent the day with his wife, making every movement significant. He walked around the bed and her side to beat lower lips, laughing his wife and see sleeping position, reminding of the struggle he has go through every night to get his much needed sleep. She lay there, obviously to the world, mouth half open, stand from her loose braid picking from the dirt. Her one leg lay under the fold layer of the debut, while her toe of the other, bare expression through the grey fabric. Both her hands spread across the bed. How peaceful she looked while sleeping. Only if he hadn't witnessed the high-speed creepy girl during the day would be his nose. Any given minute annoying but cute. Irritated by her silent figure, he could wait no more. Wine wake up, he tried once, twice, thrice. Failed every single time. Wine wake up, he sounded impatient while he shook her. What has happened? A human being can't sleep. Even for a 2 minutes, she whined as she moved over her side, pulling the debut closer to her face. Because this human being has been sleeping for 2 hours, he got annoying. How could she do this? It was Sunday. What the problem? Her voice grumpy, clearly not enjoying her husband pestering. Wine, what's the day today? Sunday, and don't tell me you forget, he said, complaining like 5-year-old whose mother didn't compromise. What will happen if I sleep for 2 minutes? You can't bear this much happiness of your wife, right? She said, punching air with the index finger to make a point. No, Wine, just say that you are getting enough sleep and stay all watching movie. I told you not to sleep, he said, reminding her of last night's event. Now don't be bossy on me, let me sleep. Wine, you are going to wake up or not, he said. Final warning, to which Unfect affected like always. He pulled the lever off her while slapping the water off on her face, changing expression. Sleeping shock, eyebrow plunged up, every pop, jaw hung down, followed her across the room while stung pillow. She didn't even take the second before attacking with him.